nonetheless.
Here we go. The CMCF has got control of the start.
Oh no! Was that it's your boy Squash? What is he doing? He's getting back into position now. Here we go though. CMC I think is going to pull off and let them all through. He said he would. As here we are up towards the line now. 70 if you're currently watching. Smash that like button, guys, if you're enjoying us. Here we go. We're about to go lights out here for the feature race, and we are green. We're racing now at Ruapuna Park for the second race of the evening. It's your boy Squash, leads down towards turn 1 as this Part Pooper Rex is already attacking here towards the inside. Here as they come down towards turn 1 now. Here he goes. Is he going to send one here? As it's your boy Squash holding it on the outside and keeping on to P1 for the time being. Looking bound down the order. Aussie Albie's lost out to John Boy. John Boy's into 6th. For Joe Arm, they're into 3rd. DJ Phil's lost out to Joe Arm as John Boy's got ahead of Pot the Brown. So John Boy making electric progress here at the start of this feature race. Side by side behind Aussie Albie as Mate Gaming and Lightblade filed through. But WSR CJ still down at the back, and CMC dropped all the way down to 11th place there, obviously, as he said he would. Aussie Albie, though, looking around the outside of Pot the Brown. Joe Arm, though, is up into the lead. Where did he come from?
I don't even see him jump up the leaderboard that quick, so...
It's your boy Squash down the inside of John Boy. But Joe, wow, why on earth did he come from? John Boy is now into 3rd place, so he's picked off It's Your Boy and DJ Phil, and he's now already on the back of Part Pooper Rex. But Part Pooper Rex and It's Your Boy had the lead coming to the first sector, and we flipped down to the mid-pack, and then we would flip back to them, and Joanne was suddenly in the lead of the race. So the F1 champion here at Moto, driving an absolute blinder here in this feature race so far. Part Pooper Rex has got his hands full, trying to keep John Boy behind him. In the background, we got a lot of cars in the short space. Make Gaming's got ahead of Aussie Albie up into 7th place. Aussie Albie's going backwards here on his first lap, as he's now been passed by WSRC Jay as well. He's got back ahead of him though. Jay now loses out to Aussie Albie, and Jay is into the pits at the end of the first lap, and so is It's Your Boy Squash.
So them two getting this mandatory pit stop out of the way quickly. Try and not hit the wall, because that wall looks very, very deadly.
Yeah, indeed it does. It's Your Boy Squash stops in the box, and what is going on here?
He stopped in the wrong box.
Oh, what is going... Oh, yeah, no, It's Your Boy Squash, yeah, you're right. So he stops once again. Joe still got the lead, though, by 7/10 of a second ahead of John Boy. And Jay stops and is off and away once again. Jay might have got a bit distracted there by It's Your Boy Squash, but he seemed like he knew where his box was, and he wasn't going to be too phased by that.
John Boy right to the back of Jaram now.
He is,
so
yeah.
We got Jaram in P1. As there is some contact further back.
Pot the Brown pushed a pass there on DJ Phil, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ Phil gives him a bit of a tap there to say what was that all about, and that's going to allow Make through, and so is Aussie out. No, sorry. Yeah.
Mike Crew, and that's the only one that we got
Might
through.
let the CMC get ahead of DJ Phil as well. So DJ Phil dropping down to P9.
Lightblade and Aussie are having a really bad start to this race, whereas Joe Ram and John Boy flew through.
Yeah, they have. CMC's up into 8th place, obviously, with a couple of pit stops happening just in front of him. Aussie Albie's just behind Pot the Brown at the moment. Mate Gaming there's dropping off at the top 3 a little bit.
Pitting, none of these boys are pitting.
Yeah, so at the moment...
DJ Phil Green is going to pit.
Yeah, so...
Let's see if he can make it into the pit stop without hitting this wall, because this wall is showing a bit of a discomfort for some people.
Yeah, he seems alright there, but... he is, yeah. Yeah, DJ Phil's always been on the controller.
Fair enough. That's, that'll explain why he's a bit tappy with the steering.
Twitchy, yeah. WSLCJ will clear DJ Phil by quite some way. John Boy, though, really trying to hassle Joe Arm wide coming through the hairpin. These two so close. We saw Joe Arm had the pace to battle for the lead in the first race, but got a bit unlucky, made a mistake a few laps from the end, which dropped him out of the contention for the lead battle. It meant that he could start in the mid-pack rather than at the back, and he's currently made the most of that. He's got track position on John Boy, which he'll be looking to try and hold. Oh no! As Aussie Albie goes for a bit of a lunge, tag stop on around in the rear there, and muscles his way through. Bit naughty there. In fact, no, he does. I think he's given the no, he hasn't given the position back there. Aussie Albie, surely he's got to let him back through here, Ryan, you'd think.
Yeah, definitely. It's I don't know, with the lap
CMC
times
wide.
that Aussie and Lightblade have been sitting there 3 seconds off the pace, so it seems like Pot kind of just held them up a bit, and Aussie was just trying to make a lunge to get through to try and close up onto this front lot.
Yeah, CMC really struggling through that left hand.
Very wide out of that final corner and touching the wall there.
Yeah, John Boy's still keeping tabs with Joram at the moment, and Joram seems to be responding to the pressure from John Boy at this point. As we can see, CMC
CMC,
into bits. But yeah, it's been an interesting battle from Joram and John Boy so far. And Joram will be looking to try and right the wrongs from the first race. He was up there in the thick of it, in that 5-man train in the first race.
Just catching on to DJ Phil Green, defender from Isherboy Squash here. Both of these have done their mandatory pit stop, and this is battling for what would be 10th place at the moment.
Yeah, the 4 seconds behind WSRC Jay, who came in for a very early pit stop as well. Jay struggled on the first lap to make headway, and obviously opted to come in to try and get through some of that traffic. It'd be interesting to see what his pace is relative to Joram and John Boy once they come in, or once he manages to clear those in front of him. But at the moment, Jay's got clean air, and he's not really pumping in the lap times.
I wonder what's happening with CMCF, because he's still not left the pit lane. He's only just started leaving the pit lane now. He's only 20 seconds off of Isherboy Squash, at least.
Yeah, he was in that pit box for a long time. I'm not sure.
John Boy is trying to close in on Joram here, so I wonder if John Boy's going to make a pit stop and he get a bit of clean air and just try and go for it, or not.
Oh, mate's looking on the back of Park Pooper Rex in the background, Ryan, into the hairpin. Is he going to go for it? He is. Mate Gaming commits one down the inside into the final corner, and he's up into the podium spots. Relatively routine stuff, but Park Pooper Rex is trying to come back at him.
Into the pit lane.
Yeah, Park Pooper Rex is trying to come back around the outside of Mate Gaming. Obviously, with the better exit out of the corner, taking that wider line, you're able to generate so much more power around the outside. Here they come into turn one. I think that Mate's going to get this done on the brakes. Park Pooper wide, almost onto the grass. You don't want to get onto that grass. You can get sideways on that grass. That is you round Aussie into the pits. But Mate Gaming, that is job done there for him into third place. He's 3 seconds off at the back of Joram and John Boy. So it's going to be one to watch there. It's going to be
tight here between John Boy and Jay here. John Boy is going to lose. Oh no, it's Aussie.
Aussie's come
out ahead of Jay.
That could be a big one here. We know that Jay was struggling to pick them off on the first lap. He was still down in P10, I think, at the end of the first lap when he came in to make his pit. So his track position wasn't too great, but Aussie Albie coming out ahead of him. We know one thing for sure, and that is that Jay will be a player in this race, but Aussie Albie could determine the exact effectiveness that he has by how long he can keep him behind him. And Aussie Albie are definitely going to be a factor in this race himself. He's very quick around this track, is Aussie Albie. It seems to be one of his better ones. He could be in the fight for this win tonight. Jay and Aussie Albie, in fact, Jay's got ahead of Aussie Albie, noticing that on the timing screen, so Jay's now up into P7.
Yeah.
But those two are within 30 seconds of the two leaders, Joram and John Boy. So, depending on what the time loss in the pit stop is.
It's a long pit lane, that's the thing.
Yeah, it is. So you do lose a lot of time in the pits. So it's going to be about how quick Joram and John Boy's pit stops are.
I've made these pit stops, and it's 30 seconds between Jay and Joram. I think it's probably about 25 seconds or so. Because Lightblade and Aussie were battling, and Lightblade, John Boy come out, Aussie come out just ahead of JD there, and Jay's just made the move on him.
So if you're right, then Joram and John Boy would have to trip over each other a little bit more to bring Jay and Aussie into this fight. Lightblade there running in P5 is 6 seconds off of the lead. He's got a lap on average about half a second quicker than these guys at the front if he wants to bring himself into this fight. He's lapping slightly quicker than Joram and John Boy, but at the moment he's too far behind. He's left himself with a lot of work to do due to his not the best start to this race. John Boy, though, having a fight with Joram, so if these two continue to battle, then it's going to only slow each other down. Mate Gaming's also closing in on them. He was a little bit quicker than the two leaders last time around, and he is within striking distance. He's only about 3 seconds behind, so if Mate Gaming continues to take chunks out of these two, he will be there or thereabouts in the final couple of laps.
Jay and Aussie, just a little bit of a gap between them. John Boy's trying to get a better exit here out of the final corner. Is he going to be able to make a move in towards T1? He's 2 tenths away. Can he close this even more to make it into 1 tenth before the corner? He's looking. He might get there. No, he won't.
The thing is, Joram is getting a better exit. Oh, massive lock up there from John Boy. But Joram is getting a better exit out of the final corner. And the thing is, by the time that John Boy is making the slipstream work, it's too late.
Put the Browns come into the pit lane. Put the Browns coming now. It'd be good to see where Put the Brown comes out compared to these two behind. So he'll be coming off the pit limiter now.
He'll be behind Jay and Ozzy. I think Ozzy's come through,
Yeah,
so he
definitely.
slots in a net. I think he's in a net.
Oh, DJ Phil Green and
Fourth
Squash
or
is
fifth.
battling now. Battling for P10. P9, I mean.
Yeah, obviously it's your boy Squash
DJ
in
Surf.
P10, trying to get himself into P9, looking to the inside into turn 2. But DJ Phil, bit of a slide as he gets it sideways, gets it turned in though. But these two are a long way ahead of CMC. Obviously, CMC was in the pits for a little while, so he's pretty much he's said goodbye to his hopes of finishing the top 10 in this race. Gap at the front though, down to 2 tenths. Gap under 2 tenths at the front, Ryan. Gap under 2 tenths at the front. Oh, he's gone up. John Boy's in the pits. He's in the pits. Yeah.
It'd be good to see where he comes out compared to these two behind. So we've got two others in the pit lane. We've got Park Pooper Rex and Lightblade into the pits at the same time.
You were theorising. Yeah, you were suggesting that the pit stop loss could be about 25 seconds. So if that's right, then John Boy should be about 4 or 5 seconds ahead of WSRCJ. It could be closer than that though, depending on what pit stop time WSRCJ did and what
Rex
pit stop time John Boy does. But John Boy seems to be a quick one.
Pit lane. Lightblade's coming out the pit lane now. Lightblade's going to have the car's length between Jay and Ozzy here.
Yeah, John Boy had an absolutely mega pit stop there, and he was in and out in no time. And he is 8 seconds clear of WSRCJ. Lightblade is slotting just ahead.
Of Jay.
Lightblade is in potentially a net P3 here, I think. A net P3, maybe even could be a net P4, depending on what Mate Gaming does in his pit stop. But Lightblade in a very solid position here.
Yeah, you can just see there's these guys that have been battling last week and in the touring cars. If you've been checking out the touring cars, it's been Lightblade, Jay, John Boy, and Ozzy who have been battling throughout the season so far. And unfortunately, Ozzy's just a bit behind this lot, but it's still close between these four. If Jalram and Mike are into the pit lane, is Jalram going to have a good pit stop? Is Mike going to have a good pit stop? That's the question.
Did Jalram make a mistake on that lap? Because John Boy, you can see, is only 10 seconds behind him as he's pulling into the box. Jalram is off and away. That's a good pit stop there. That was a very quick one there from Jalram, and he's now heading towards the end of the pit lane. Here comes John Boy down the start-finish straight. Has Jalram done enough to keep onto the lead here, or is John Boy going to have got the jump through the pit stops? Here they come. Jalram coming off the limiter there. He's on the right-hand side. I think he's done it. Oh, John Boy's going to get him. John Boy does it, and John Boy there has executed the undercut to perfection here at Ruapuna Park here for the feature race. Cold tyres though. Can Jalram have a crack at him?
Lightblade's going to take it into P3 now.
Yeah, that gets it done there on Mate Gaming. So the undercut is working here tonight at Ruapuna Park. And it's worked a treat for John Boy, it's worked a treat for Lightblade, both of them gaining positions. Lightblade onto the podium, Mate Gaming now coming under pressure from Jay here in a battle for 4th and 5th places. But John Boy here managing to get the lead. Oh, Mate, ever so wide. Bit of a flash there, bit of a flash from Mate Gaming.
I think Jay just slightly tapped him on the rear and pushed him out. That's what I thought. As the camera quickly panned through them as they were coming through that left-hander.
Absolutely, as we look back up to the front, the gap's half a second between the top two, John Boy and Jalram. Jalram's trying to get back onto him here. He's led most of this race as Jalram. He's been the hunted for most of this race. John Boy the hunter. Now the roles have well and truly reversed. The tables have turned. Jalram has become the hunter. He is now the man who is trying to put the pressure on. He's giving it absolutely everything here to try and force John Boy into a mistake. He knows that he's got a pace. He knows that he's got the potential to win this race. Can he make it happen here in this feature race? As the Lightblade there running in 3rd place has managed to gap Mate Gaming a little bit on this lap. WSRCJ now looking pretty racy here on the back of Mate Gaming. Park Pooper Rex running in 6th, fighting it out with Ozzy Albie. Those two a little way off of this battle here. I think their chances of a podium are slipping away as the laps wind down here in this feature race.
You can never call it though. Jay's currently trying to get past Mike, and Mike's shown that he's very good at defending. So if Pop Hooper Rex and Aussie can work together here, they could close in on this and make this a 5-way battle.
Yeah, it's certainly good, as the gap's still 3/10 at the front between John Boy and Joram. Into the hairpin they come for the 11th time in this race. Joram setting his fastest first sector, pardon me, of the race so far. Sorry about that. But Lightblade has got just over a second of a gap here to make gaming. So Lightblade seems like he's got some pretty solid pace. In fact, Lightblade has 31.1. That is the fastest lap of the race so far there from Lightblade. And if he continues
definitely.
at this rate, he could catch up to the two leaders at this rate.
Yeah, he could if he keeps his head down and he makes this these next few laps consistent, and he can do those 1:31.1s. He can definitely close in onto the back of Joe Ram, possibly John Boy.
He is flying at this point. As we look back to Make and Jay currently banning it out of 4th and 5th, Jay can see his podium chances slipping away the further the Lightblade drives off into the distance. So Jay will be wanting to get on with this. Lightblade, I just saw there, was very wide as they came out of that left-hander before the final corner. So he's got away with it in terms of he's still got it on the track, but he would have lost a little bit of time there. His mate Gaming has still got Jay Haas in the back of him. Part of Rex and Aussie Albi are still battling it out for 6th and 7th places. DJ Phil and It's Your Boy Squash having a good little tussle for 9th and 10th as well. As DJ Phil very wide and It's Your Boy Squash, I think it's going to pick him off here into the final corner. These two nearly 30 seconds off of the lead, so they're having a good fight. Yeah, It's Your Boy Squash completes that one up into P9, but let's go to the front, Ryan, because currently Joe Warren is within a 10th of a second of John Boy in towards the hairpin. Is he going to send one here? No, he thinks better of it. He's going to be patient and he's going to be intelligent about how he plays this one. John Boy a little bit deep into the hairpin. Joe, I'm having a look. Oh, he almost got side by side with him there, but couldn't quite get the traction out of the hairpin, having to take the tighter line through the corner. Massive lock up there from John Boy. He's feeling the pressure at this point. He knows that Joram is coming for him. He's getting a tap in the rear there. A bit of contact there between the two leaders. Joram there just seemed to whack John Boy in the rear. As I think he was caught out by John Boy's braking point. John Boy continuing on, and Joram seems like there's not too much damage on the front of that Clio.
Because this is getting quite close here between Aussie Albi and Part Pooper Rex. Aussie needs to make this move on Part Pooper Rex to try and close in on Jay here and Mike. As he looks to go down the inside through the S's here. It's going to be tight. Is he going to be able to take it? And doesn't look like he will. He's 1 second off the pace, his best lap time. So he is struggling with the dirty air that he's getting from Part Pooper Rex here.
Oh, here we go. Aussie sending one down the inside, coming for the final corner, and he's done it. Brilliant stuff there from Aussie Albi. I'll tell you what, that was textbook. That was textbook.
Side into turn 1.
Yeah, they are going to be side by side, and actually Part Pooper Rex is going to get back around him here. I was going to say it was a great move from Aussie, a very, very typical Rubbings Racing type manoeuvre, but Part Pooper Rex there not giving up. Got a couple of comments here on the YouTube stream right now. One from Pete Bibb saying, good evening, great to see Project Cars back on Motive. Stephen Archibald says, so I need to dig out my copy of Project Cars 2 to take part in this. Ryan, you were in a similar boat to him, weren't you, about a month or so ago?
Yeah, definitely. It was more like you invited me, and I was just like, oh, do I still have it installed? And then I found the disc, and about 3 hours of me trying to get the game to work, I finally got it to work, and then I've been playing it ever since. And
so much so you've forgotten how to drive on ACC.
Very true. Yeah, I actually have. We done the 2-hour endurance at the special event, and I was fine because I was doing the Project Cars 2 just before then, and jumping over to ACC, it was fine. But I tried to do it the other week, and last week, and I just could not drive at all.
To be fair, that is because your pedals are broken at the moment. Maybe if you had working pedals,
definitely.
It'd be a little bit more manageable. But in the meantime, Lightblade was closing in on.
Just jumped ahead of Part Pooper Rex here now. Oh, as Aussie's just made a slight mistake out the final corner. This could give Part Pooper Rex a good chance of making a move here into turn 1. As there's a battle for P3 here. Mike and Jay are looking to go past Lightblade here. They are bumper to bumper. Can Jay get a better exit out of the corner than Mike and overtake Mike? Looks like Mike just got a better exit, and Jay was just a slip right behind.
Yeah, they're all wide, but no one wider than Jay there. As always, Jay pushing the limits through that corner. Looking to the inside here on Make Gaming, but Make's leaving a gap there on the inside, which Jay goes for, but has to run over that curve, and that just kills his momentum ever so slightly there. But the battle at the front still raging on. Aussie Albie's lost out to Park with Rex again.
I don't think Aussie's had the best of nights tonight. He showed some pace in the practice sessions, and it's just not prevailed into the race, and it's pushed him a little bit further behind.
It certainly has. Lightblade still running in the final podium spot. He was gaining on the front to John Boy and Joram for a couple of laps, but it seems like that attack has petered out, and he's now worrying a bit more about what's behind him than what's ahead of him at this stage as they come into the final corner.
I feel like the top two is pretty set for the race. John Boy's just trying to pull away a gap here, and he's now got a second gap.
Oh, look at that! 31 dead. 31 dead from John Boy. He's flying. He is flying at this point.
Lightblade, Mike, and WRCJ here are all within 3/10 of each other, and it's getting pretty intense now. As Jay's just got the inside line, can Jay get a better exit out of, and then Mike out the corner?
Yeah,
he has. Can he cut the front end off? No, he won't. It's going to be side by side through the double left-hander. As they're all on two wheels. Lightblade kicks a barrier off to the side of the track and into Jay's face.
Jay gets the move done there on Make Gaming, then up into 4th place. Can now focus his attention on Lightblade here for the podium spots, but the gap at the front starting to go up a bit. John Boy did an absolute mega lap on that last lap, a 31 dead. That is the fastest we've seen so far, I think. I don't think I've seen anybody in the 130s in this race. I think a 31 dead is the quickest I've seen. What can Joram do to respond to that, though? With, 4 laps, including this one that they're on at the moment. We're into the business end of this one. So Joram's got to bring it now if he's got anything left in the tank. He's got to rise to the occasion as once again these two battling it out, Aussie Albie and Park with Rex. Aussie's going to have the inside line, Park with Rex trying around the outside into the final sector they come. And Aussie's just, I think, going to have that
Aussie,
covered.
I think, he's going to have this here, but Piper Rex going to make a look down the inside for the left-hander. And Aussie looks like he's got it here. Can he just get the better exit out of this final corner and keep this place? So we're going to jump back to the battle for P3 as Mike is trying to make a move on Jay here round the outside into T1, giving Lightblade a bit of a breathing room.
Yeah, the advantage that Make Gaming's got here is he had the...
Jay's lost it!
Yeah, Make swoops around the outside again, but Make Gaming up the slipstream off of Lightblade there, which helped him in his drag race there with Jay. Oh, it's part of the race climbing over the curve. That's how he wide. Oh my god.
The tyres are going to get a bit warm now. The front left here just gets absolutely boiling because of these left-handers. These fast left-handers, so you can see them jumping over this curve now and losing the grip.
Ryan, the gap is under a second once again at the front between John Boy and Joram. Joram is now bringing it back here.
Oh, there's contact here. Coming through
we're watching this battle between Aussie and Pop Rex in 6th and 7th, but the gap at the front is now staying. It's now gone down to a second again. It was up at about a second and a half. So we're watching that on the screen, but we're still sticking with this
mid-pack battle. Was there a sign that just flew across the screen?
I didn't see it. It might have been.
You're gonna have to go back in the stream because I swear I just saw a sign come flying across my screen.
I'm watching it now.
Coming out of the hairpin.
No, I don't know. I think I'm not far back enough. But in the meantime, Make Gaming is still on the back of Lightblade as we try and work out whether the Phantom sign was a real thing or not. We're coming on to the penultimate lap of this race. John Boy out the front has got the gap down. The gap is down to 8/10. Joram had an absolute flyer on the last lap. Let's get to these leaders, Ryan, because Joram was 3/10 quicker than John Boy on that last lap. A 31-1 from Joram. He's bringing this back to John Boy here. And it's a massive, massive slide there from Joram. I got on 2 wheels there coming through onto the curve, coming through turn 3. Into the hairpin they come for the penultimate time. Joram only 2/10 off his personal best through the first sector. John Boy is holding on, but Joram is not giving up without a fight here. Lap and a half left to go here at Ruapuna Park for the feature race. John Boy here, we know what he's got, we know what he's capable of here in the Clio Cup cars. here at Motive, or indeed in any front-wheel drive cars and the touring cars. He's an absolute beast as well. But he'll be looking to try and get what would be his his second win of the season so far if he's able to get this one. So he'll be extra motivated to try and keep that momentum going.
We're gonna have to hop back to these three behind because they are underway with a battle.
Yeah, here they are. A battle for the podium spots. Lightblade still fending off May Gaming, sorry, and WSRCJ at the moment. But yeah, Jay obviously taking the win in the sprint race earlier on. John Boy though took the. Actually, funnily enough, Jay took the sprint race tonight and also took the sprint race at Monza Short. John Boy took the feature last week and is on course at the moment. Oh no, he didn't actually. Make Gaming took the feature, sorry. I do apologise. This would be John Boy's first win of the season, in fact. This would be John Boy's first win of the season, I believe. But here he comes.
Mike is pushing Lightblade down into this left-hander here. Oh, Jay has lost it. Jay is backwards. Is Jay going to be able to save this?
I think he's well and truly lost his chances of a podium there. That looks like that is done there for him, as we've got to get back to the leaders here because John Boy and Joram have got just the final sector to go. Here they come. John Boy looks like he's got enough of a gap here to bring this home for the win. Lightbait's still trying to keep Make Gaming behind him, but we're watching the race leaders here. Joram, I think, is a little bit too far back. Lightbait's still keeping Make Gaming behind him. I don't think Lightbait's going to lose out here. Lightbait's not the kind of driver to throw away a podium finish this late in the day. Bit wide there from John Boy. Joram still keeping him on his toes, but I think that John Boy's just going to see this one out. John Boy is still doing his fastest laps of the race in this final lap of the race. This is going to
close out this final corner for the space of P3.
Here we go, out of the last corner. John Boy. Yeah, John Boy going to take his second win of the season here, or first win, sorry, of the season here in the Clio Cup at Motive as he comes over the line here at Ruapuna Park. A great drive from John Boy tonight. Flash the lights from him as he takes the victory. Joram a valiant second place, but Lightblade's going to hold on for the final podium spot here. A flash the lights there from Make Gaming. Lightblade not returning the gesture there. I don't know if he's unhappy about something, but Lightblade's third, Make Gaming fourth.
Did flash the lights as he did come out at the final
corner. Oh, did he? My bad. Part Pooper Rex coming over the line. It's going to be P6 there for him. Actually pulled out a bit of a gap towards the Albi. Aussie Albi, in the end, after all the promise and the pace that he had tonight, I'm ashamed.
Struggling here tonight. Yeah. It's a very hard track to overtake, and
but the pace we saw in quali, pole in the first race, and it just didn't work out.
It's hard with this kind of track because it's such a small, narrow track. It's so hard to make overtakes, which you should know. Like when you've done that, the GT3s here, you know that it's such a small track.
Yeah.
And you just have got no opportunity of making a pass. And it was more. This race was more about the consistency. Oh, as Joram, no, Jay won the fastest lap.
Oh wow! Look at that. When was that? That was.
Well, we should give a
special
point to John Boy for that time.
That 1 minute 30.2 from Jay. No offense, but I think I might have to save the replay there because that, to me, I don't want to be calling it. I don't want to be calling I don't want to be, put my money where my mouth is. But that seems a bit suspicious. That seems a bit suspicious to me.
But if that is the case and he did cut the corner, that would be Joram with the fastest lap.
Well, I'm going to save the replay, and Jay, I apologise unreservedly if that lap was done fully within track limits. Obviously, you can use the curbs here at Motive. We judge track limits on the curbs. As long as you've got one wheel on the curbs, you're all good. So
I'm just looking at John Boy's time, and I think that there's a point to be given to him for that perfect lap time.
31 dead, yeah. But Joram obviously with a 30.8, but Jay provisionally with the fastest lap for the race, and we'll take the extra 2 points there, albeit down in 5th place, not the race for him. John Boy, though, your race winner, Joram second, Lightblade completing the podium. And what a night of racing we've had here for the Clio Cup. Some enjoyable action non-stop here. And that's what we come for. That's what we go racing for. That's what we expect from the Clios here on Project Cars 2 here on the PlayStation platform. Thanks to everybody who joined us. Thanks to Pete, Bibb and to Archibald for chiming in as well. To the drivers, I hope you enjoy watching this back. If you do, please do share with your friends, family members and otherwise associates. We'll be back next week for the Clio Cup. round 3 of the season, and my computer is so slow I can't even load it up. So it's somewhere, I don't know where, but it will be somewhere, and it will be same
I
place,
can
same
tell
time as always.
you in 2 seconds if you want to wait.
Thank you all.
Clio's for next week is at the Hockenheim.
Hey, excellent. So that's
Another
decided.
track that's going to be great for overtakes. Not.
Oh well.
This season's going to be very tight for overtakes. Hockenheim Ring and then Monaco. The only track that we can overtake is Red Bull Ring and Barcelona.
Well, Monaco is going to be good fun. I'm looking forward to Monaco just for the sheer entertainment. We've done Monaco in the clears before, so yeah, we're looking forward to that. But guys, I want to thank everybody for watching this back. Those of you who did watch live, also even bigger thank you. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, everybody, and join us on Wednesday night for the GT3s and ACC. We'll be live at 7 PM for that. Yes, will you be in the comments box with me again, Ryan?
I shall be.
Excellent, look forward to it. Also join us on Thursday night for round 2 of the touring cars, back on Project Cars 2, and then we'll be live for the GT5 Geneta Cup on Friday night. I'll be back on for that one. I had to miss last week due to a family matter, but I'll be back on as usual. Hopefully with Ryan alongside, although maybe he might have his rig by then, who knows. But
Nah.
no, he won't. Okay, cool. Right. So anyway, guys, we'll see you all later. Cheers, and yeah. Bye bye.
See you later.